Well, greetings from the sales floor of Ellingson Motor Cars here in Rogers, Minnesota, northern suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yes, today we're going to talk about a very unique car that just was added to our inventory, one that I personally don't remember seeing very many of, a 1958 Edsel Citation Convertible. Oh my, yes, you will want to watch this video from start to finish because we're going to do a walk around, we'll do a cold start, and you'll get all the details of this really, really special car. Only 930 of these were made. Now, if you're really interested, you can click on the link in the description and it'll take you right to our website where you have access to all the information, pricing included on this car, plus have access to our over 100 additional collector vehicles that we currently have on our sales floor here at Ellingson's. And remember our website being www.ellingsonmotorcars.com. So if you're looking for something really special, we really have some neat stuff on our sales floor. But let's get back to the details of a 1958 Edsel. Ford Motor Company was looking for something to expand their product line or whatever. They were a little limited compared to some of the other guys. And so they said, let's come out with something really special. So 1958, they came out with the Edsel, and it was very special indeed. I mean, it had neat features that you just don't find very many of on any cars of that era. Of course, it's the first year where they all had the dual headlights. It was a new innovation, the new forward look, you know, gave more light when you went down the road and whatnot. And Edsel, they came up with a styling idea that let's concentrate on that center grille. Kind of looks like an old Packard to a degree, but it was in 1958. It is one of its standout features of a 1958 Edsel. The other thing about the Citation, now that was the high end for the Edsel line, and it has options. Oh my goodness, this particular car back in the day was rather expensive and whatever, but it really has nice options. Has a big cubic inch, a 410 cubic inch motor, that's 345 horsepower, give or take. That's a lot of ponies under the hood. Well, you've got a pretty heavy car here as well. But the other thing, it's got nice options. Got power steering, which is really, really a nice feature on any of these old cars. I don't care what it is, if you're trying to find a parking space, going to the car shows, whatever, power steering just makes for a really nice ride. And of course, this car now has the correct whitewall tires, but they are radial tires. Radial tires, again, being one of the biggest improvements on these old cars. Power brakes, you get this car going down the road, it's nice to have that ability to stop as well. So that's another one of the things that whoever ordered this car said, let's check off these lists of the stuff that we want. I mean, the Edsels came with a color match center hubcap, full hubcap, matched the car body. And this is jet black, which is the way this car came. Dual outside mirrors, this one, the driver's side, actually being adjustable. Another thing, beautiful interior on this car. Nice, setup really special with the color matching the red with the white ivory interior. It's got the white ivory power top, of course. Almost all convertibles at this era, other than some of the Corvettes and real small cars, they were manual, but this has got a power top. One flick of a switch, top goes up just like this. Probably one of the most unique things, and anyone will tell you otherwise, is the fact that it had the automatic transmission, 3-speed automatic transmission, in the center of the steering wheel. The push buttons were right there. Talk about it was a 1 year only, and that's one of those things that makes this for a very, very special automobile. Looking at the instruments, they've got great gauges. It's got the floating compass speedometer, which is really unique. It's a round one, goes like this. Just a little trivia fact for you. The 1966 Batmobile, that's the speedometer that they used in that particular vehicle. Came out of a 58 Edsel. This car, again, has more options. It's got power windows. It's got the beautiful AM radio. The vent windows, still has vent windows in 1958. Love vent windows. It's one of my favorite things on these old cars. Really gets nice air flowing when you have the windows up. Convertible is not quite so critical. And talk about dual exhaust. And you've got trunk room in this car that you can put at least 2 sets of golf clubs, if not more, in the trunk. Lots of leg room as well. just ashtrays in the back seats, stuff that was really important back in 1958. Probably not so important today, but was something that people really were looking at when you checked off the list. I often asked my uncle, who went out and bought a new 58 Ford convertible at the time, I said, why didn't you buy the Edsel? He says, it was about $200 more. That was an expensive car in that day and age, but yet today it still represents a really good value if you want something unique that not everybody else has. Now you can find all our stuff on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Give us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe. We certainly appreciate it very much, and you have access to all the information on this car, our current inventory, and as kind of an added bonus, sometimes there's extra information on cars we've sold over the years as well. So if you got time to check out those sites, it kind of is a great way to do that kind of stuff in your spare time. Well, the other thing that I always tell people is they say, we love your videos. It's fun to watch them. You got a nice example. You show the underside pictures. You got all the stuff. But I got to come and look at it in person. By all means, we are more than happy to have you come to Ellingson Motor Cars right here in Rogers. Come on down in person. We'll be happy to give you the details. You can sit in the car, all those things that are really important when you're buying an old car. Make sure that you fit in the car is one of those things. But this car generally is one of those things that you don't have quite so much to worry about. I see it even does have front seat belts. Again, that was something that's kind of nice to have in this day and age as well. The other thing I always highly recommend when you buy a car, be it an orphan such as an Edsel, is join the National Edsel Club, and if there happens to be a local affiliate, join them as well. It's always nice to get together with people who have the same affinity, same affection for these unique automobiles, and there's always Mr. Wrench in the car club. If you have questions about technical things, whatever, there's someone who can perhaps answer your questions. Now you can give us a call at any time. We'll do our very best to answer any and all questions. 763-428-7337. And we are open to the public Monday through Friday from 10 until 5 and Saturdays 10 to 4 as well. So if you want to come down during any of those times, we're more than happy to show you the car. Now, we can also assist. If you live out of state or you live out of the country, we can ship cars any place in the world. Have done it, and we continue to do that as well. Just sold a couple of cars, one to the fellow in the Philippines, another guy in Tahiti, overseas in Europe as well, all the time. So we can certainly assist with that. Now, if you're saying, well, where would I get financing on one of these cars? We have several sources for that as well, because the collector car world is kind of unique, and a lot of people perhaps may not even know what an Edsel is. I mean, only made for those few short years. Some of the younger people may not quite understand or know what that is. Well, we've got all the information out there on our website, gives you all the facts and stuff. We can help with that stuff getting lined up for you as well. Well, if you're looking for something unique, you want something that the Ford Motor Company really put a lot of effort in, came out with something very unique, a really great car. It goes down the road nicely. It's got plenty of power. It's automatic. Anyone can jump in. It's got nice options, power steering, power brakes, the power window, power top. It's got all that stuff. Maybe a 1958 Edsel is in your program right now, be it your first collector car or your 100th. Maybe this is something you got to fill in that you've been waiting for all these years, and they don't come up very often. You don't see very many of these with so few of them made. Maybe this is the car that you're looking for right on the sales floor of Ellingson Motor Cars right here in Rogers. Remember that website, ellingsonmotorcars.com. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time in the near future.